Damn.
Yeah, what's going on, friends and family? My name is Skylent. If you want to check out me playing a lot of BR games, IO games, free-for-all games, all sorts of ridiculous stuff, check out twitch.tv/Skylent. But because I do play so many of these games, I thought I'd go ahead and just make a list. Now, it's titled New BR Games, or New Battle Royale Games, but, I mean, like, the genre is kind of new itself, so there's probably a lot of games that you've already played that you already know about, but I have a feeling that maybe you'll learn something new here, hopefully. I got more than 10 games. You can clickety-clack the link in the descriptions, and I don't know, you just read the list there if you don't even want to watch, so hey, I don't know, you guys don't got patience. Let's go ahead and get into the list. Alright, friends and family, we're going to start this list off with Grand Battle Royale. This is a mobile device game, so yeah, get it on your iOS or Android. I think it's on iOS, but anyways, I play it on my NVIDIA Shield tablet, but if you play with a controller, I think it's going to be just fine, or with a tablet, or if you have your home console, such as the NVIDIA Shield proper, then you're going to have a good time, and I think it's just decent, really. I mean, it's cute, and obviously it takes inspiration from Battlegrounds, but it's cute, it's cubic, and it just kind of works, and I just really wanted to put it on the list because this is the only mobile one that I found that was kind of decent. It was really one of the very few that I found on mobile devices. Hopefully we can get a Battle Royale IO game proper pretty soon here too. I wanted to find one to put on the list, but I couldn't. But I did play this. That's my footage in the background. It was nice. It was cute. Anyways, moving on. Alright guys, the next one up is called the Culling, and frankly, I was gonna cull it away from this list based on recent reviews. This was a game that I extensively watched. I loved watching this, even to the point where when I had access to the beta, I was like, no, it's okay. I mean, I could play it a little bit, but honestly, like, people are really good at this game. Like, there seemed to be such a skill ceiling with this game. I just want to watch people and see what they do. It was such a fun game to watch, and that was kind of like the whole point. But apparently, they changed a lot with the mechanics, and people stopped streaming. You know, like, less and less people were playing. And now we're at this point where it does exist, and it does have some cool ideas, and it had a cool concept, but I don't know if I can fully recommend it, which is why it's so low on the list. Hey, if you guys play and it's turning around a new face, then please let us know in the comments below. But as of right now, what I see with the reviews and with the population of the game, it's gonna stay pretty low on the list. Righteous though, I mean, moving on, we got Ark Survival of the Fittest. This is another game that got a lot of people kind of mad. I thought the mechanics were super cool. Like, it has a lot of crafting involved with it. It's freaking dinos, and I liked the random events so much. But the issue was that this was supposed to be free to play, which was going to be hype. It had optimization issues, but it was going to be exciting. And then they revoked that, I guess, and now it's just part of the usual Ark. So it's kind of like a DLC expansion, which, yeah, a lot of controversy with how Ark has been doing its monetization with early access and then expansions before even yeah, I understand, guys, but in the end, this could still be a really fun game. Now, I only played it when it was a free-to-play version. Don't know how it turns out really properly today, but it's something to keep on your radar if you have Ark, which a lot of people do, maybe? Alright, moving on through the list. I know, guys, I wanted to make a top 10, but frankly, let's be honest, Battle Royale is kind of a new genre, and a lot of these games just kind of flavor of the months. But we have a game called Last Man Standing. Also, alternatively, I want to kind of get a shout out to UNTURNED, has a Battle Royale mode, as well as ROBLOX. You can go find Battle Royale servers. But I'm going to throw here Last Man Standing because it is a dedicated BR game that is free to play. Unlike many other games like Ark Survival of the Fittest, and some more. It's just like, Last Man Standing is really the last free-to-play BR game standing that's actually, well, standalone. So, puns aside, I think that even with mixed reviews, and maybe it's glitchy, whatever, as a free-to-play BR game, it's definitely a really cool introduction into the series. Alright guys, but moving on to something that has maybe a little bit more production value, we have H1Z1 King of the Kill. We all know this game. PlayerUnknown actually helped create this game, so a lot of the features that we like about H1Z1 is going to carry over to PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, but some things are actually still special about this game. It still is a lot more arcadey, and it still actually has some unique mechanics to it. That's why some people still play it, and it's still actually one of the more popular games out there. It's still a freaking Battle Royale game, and it used to be King of the Hill. Of course, that's been overtaken, and I think in the future, especially with the rest of this list, I think we can see some contention there, and I don't know, hopefully the rest of the games on this list can really flourish, but in the end, King of the Kill, I think it's definitely beat out by PUBG in my personal opinion, but let me know, guys, in the comments below. Alright guys, I've got a full review coming for Grand Theft Auto Motor Wars, but I just wanted to, real quick slap it on the list here. I did play it. This is my footage in the background. I think it's pretty freaking awesome. Now, technically, it is BR because it is up to 4 teams, and it is all about the last man standing. However, you can play with just against another team. And this one has a weird gimmick of focusing on cars. So you'd imagine a BR mode in a game called Grand Theft Auto. Yeah, it kind of makes sense, and it actually works fantastically well. I think the strategy of when to go across different sectors of around the circle while it's encroaching is really interesting. Like, you could be on a bridge, but then the circle is going to cut you off, and you won't be able to go to that half of the island, but that's where the enemy is. So should you snipe them or should you charge them? Either way, you're going to be cut off from the rest of your team. I don't know. It's pretty ridiculous, and just as fast as I'm talking, the matches end that quickly too. So that's really the only downside, is it's so fast, it's so arcade, and I would love to see the future of BR and Grand Theft Auto and see where that can go from there. Next up on my list, I'm going to put Minecraft Hunger Games, which looks a little bit different to everything on this list, though I did shout out UNTURNED as well as ROBLOX. Minecraft just has this sort of history with it, and I know on a new game list, well, why am I putting Minecraft when Hunger Games is one of the older game modes that has been around? But really, Minecraft Hunger Games have constantly been innovating. You can go into any server, even a server that you frequent every day, and you might find some new maps, you'll find some new ideas, some twists and turns on some of the rule sets. Especially if you do server bounce, you can find a lot of really fun new experiences in the BR genre with Minecraft. And even though these aren't officially published by Mojang or Microsoft, it doesn't matter, dude. I'm telling you, most servers take this real freaking seriously, especially the premium ones, and regardless, you're going to have a pseudo premium experience. Like, I've never had a bad Hunger Games experience. It's always been freaking amazing. And that's why it's so highly ranked, even though, yeah, it does have a little bit of history. Some people would say, well, that's an old BR game. Trust me, jump back in, you will find something new. Right, the top 3. This one's going to be a brand new game that we just heard about, and we can see some gameplay on it now, and it actually looks really exciting. This is going to be Fortnite Battle Royale. Obviously, taking a huge amount of inspiration from Battlegrounds and the popularity of the BR genre as of right now. But Fortnite has some kind of unique twists that I like, which is going to really focus on its building. That's like its gimmick. That's what it does. And so they're going to allow that into the BR mode, and you can really set up a lot of interesting traps and fortifications. And that's something that we saw in Hunger Games, the movie, and well, obviously the book, but whatever. Fortnite has some cool concepts, and the BR genre is very campy and very strategic, and it just kind of makes sense to me. Of course, it still looks fast-paced, it looks arcade, it looks cartoony, and I'm kind of worried about the monetization, but in the end, I have to mention it because it looks pretty good, and mechanically, it does have some really unique concepts that I can't wait to personally play. Okay, so next up we have the Darwin Project at number 2. This one I'm really excited for because it's just a completely new IP. We got to see this at the Microsoft E3 event, and I'm interested in it because of the aesthetic. I think it looks really clean. I think, well, it needs to run on the Xbox, but I just, it looks very different from other BR games, especially how it operates. Really, I think the way to kind of describe this game mechanically is like, when sometimes you jump down onto maybe like a farm outside of a major city and you have like, I don't know, 9 other guys jump down with you, that sort of excitement. However, I think the game is going to be balanced obviously around smaller numbers, not going to be 100, but I think that the map and everything and how that operates is unique too, because it's not just a small little area. There is a somewhat larger area, and you will still be scavenging. You're not just going to be running into each other as if it was just some random free-for-all arena game. No, you do have scavenging, but you can choose to scavenge, but then somebody can actually track you if they see what you've scavenged, and then they can see where you are for a couple of seconds. That's kind of interesting. So there is that risk and reward, there is that fight or flight, and I think the timing is going to be very interesting because, as we all know, BR games is like all about positioning and all about timing. When to go and loot, when to kind of camp, when to charge, and all that good stuff. And the Darwin Project just kind of has a unique mix of mechanics, map size, and timing that's going to make for an interesting experience, I believe. And coming in at number 1, we have PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. I don't think anybody really second-guessed this, especially since throughout the whole list I was referencing it, because these games themselves, through their design, reference the popularity and reference the designs of PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds. Actually, H1Z1, yeah, PlayerUnknown was consulted for that, and he's the guy who made the original Arma mod, so it just kind of makes sense that this guy in this game would be spearheading the genre. And I know there's been some other games previously, a long time ago, that tried a little bit of BR. I'm sure there's some obscure mod somewhere, and Hunger Games for Minecraft has been around for a while, but really, PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds its massive popularity, you can definitely see why games like Fortnite and the Darwin Project all of a sudden, hey, let's be BR, man. Exactly. So I don't really need to explain what makes this game good. It just kind of is. And for the genre that's really been racked with glitches and bugs, and, you know, PUBG isn't completely without those, it's good. Just frankly, everything that it does is at least a little bit decent. Of course, it's got some room to grow. It's early access, but it's got a lot of money, a lot of love from its community, which is freaking huge. It's a global phenomena, and obviously from its developer. His name's right on the game, and they're doing a lot of really cool stuff. They're innovating more than any other game in the genre, in my opinion, and really pushing the boundaries of what could potentially be an esport, because whether you like it or not, this will be an esport. It already is. And it's really exciting to see how innovative it is in just games, period, and what it's doing for esports as a whole. So that's why it's my number one. I mean, there's probably a million reasons why it's your number one, but I'm pretty sure most people around the globe will admit that this is the BR game, and every other game on this list or otherwise can really only hope to innovate and do as well as this game. Anyways, guys, that's going to be it for the list. My name is Skylent, and I really hope you guys check me out at twitch.tv/Skylent. I play a lot of PUBG or just Battle Royale, Hunger Games, a lot of stuff, man. It could be on mobile, it could be on PS4, it could be on any console, PC, whatever, dude. I play it, man. I love it. I enjoy it. And I love free-for-all games, IO games, and all that ridiculous stuff. I do dabble in quite a lot of different genres, but I have to admit, free-for-all game modes, and of course, obviously, Battle Royale is something that I kind of gush over. It's just really new, exciting, and it's just really fun to stream and stuff. So if you would join the stream, hang out with us, play with us, I would really love it. So what do you guys think about this top 10? Is there any games that I missed? I mean, I did a lot of research. I know it's a new genre, but it's possible I missed some. Through the cracks, maybe they fell. But anyways, I think most of this list was pretty obvious, but either way, I hope you had fun. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.